The Ravens Flock presents The Black Files, an uncensored interview and review podcast for all geek fandom.
Welcome everybody, friends and pals, guys and gals, boys and girls around the world. Pop a squat, pop open a cold one with all of your friends, whether you're a friend or you're a fiend, boy, girl, or in between. You are listening in to the uncensored, uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock. Welcome to a brand new episode of The Black Files.
All right. Feels good to be back.
Actually, Angel,
Yes, indeed.
Angel, your icon's looking way too tiny on this end, but that's just me.
Seriously? Hang on, I gotta fix that.
All right, folks, welcome everybody to the Black Files, the uncensored program of the Ravens Flock, our podcast show, our late night program. I am Juan Arauz, one of the heads of the Ravens Flock, the tech guru of the team, keeping this stuff from catching fire as we are lighting up the internet with our hot takes. And joining me tonight, of course, are the usual suspects. Let's say hello first to this heckin' mofo over here, the living it of the Ravens Flock, a man with with a million opinions and zero apologies, a man who I gladly defaced our own emoji for, the host of Los Amigos Play. Say hello to Angel Mendez, everybody.
Hello, everyone. It is once again a wonderful joy and a great pleasure to stand before my fellow sinners and share upon the shenanigans of the world. How y'all doing? It's been great.
And of course, joining us as well is the main man himself, the leader of the Ravens Flock, the founder of this channel, the host of Wrestle Rewind, and the Ravens Flock itself. Say hello to Jose Casabona.
Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? And I am happy that we're going to be finishing off the final day of the month with a huge bang, Wednesday, August 31st.
That's right. We are at the end of... This is the end of summer, technically speaking. Am I right?
Technically speaking. But when it comes to Florida, does summer really end, Angel?
You're right. Summer doesn't end. We just go to slight degrees of burning. We left third degree. We're going back to first degree.
We have only 2 seasons in Florida, hot and wet. And every actual quote-unquote season throughout the year is just some permutation of the 2. Joe, go ahead and give us a house cleaning real quick so we can get going.
All right, folks, and much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and twitch.tv/theravensflock online. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content. And of course, leave your questions and comments down below and we will answer them during the duration that we are live.
Appreciate it. Yes. Thank you very much. We appreciate that, Jose. And I want to say hi to everybody on the chat. Show some love for everyone here. We've got Nikki Bella, Shelly Fitzgerald, Christy Rando-san. By the way, Christy, we know that you're okay. We know you're okay. Nobody's getting tired of you anytime soon. The Robin Review herself, Robin Redbreast, is on the chat. Hello, Robin. Good to see you again, darling. And Will Morris, the hardest working mod in all of YouTube. I want to say hi to every single one of y'all. And I also see Lorraine Lamour and Amy Louth on the chat. Hello to you both. Hello to everybody. Welcome to the Black Files. Welcome to our program here on the Ravens Flock. And in case you hadn't seen it yet, if it's within your means and if you believe that we're worth your time, you can take a look down right next to the subscribe button. We've got a brand spanking new join button. We've got our membership going on. If you wish to, go ahead and sign up for only $4.99 a month to become an inner flocker. That gives you access to all of our emojis here that we have. A couple more. There's a couple more members that will be able to unlock more emojis that we already have made up.
You'll also have access to exclusive interviews.
Indeed, exclusive interviews. You have first look at some of our content that we get from conventions, and we'll also do members-only posts and streams for your eyes only. And of course, Bunda on the chat as well. One of the saltiest dudes I've ever seen on the other side of a computer screen. Welcome, Bunda. All will I am Morris is copied what I do. Ha.
I think he just found some way to transcend his own flesh. He's reaching a level of hating that has become incomprehensible.
It's an
Bunda is going to achieve reverse Buddhism, reverse enlightenment.
Angel, you sound impressed.
And yet
I am.
it is impressive because you have to put in an obscene amount of energy into having all that sodium chloride in your heart. And we appreciate that, Bunda. You keep us real. You keep it real on your end, and you ain't over here trying to dunk on us, acting like we're a bunch of horses' ass, and you're just here to rag on us for the sake of it. You actually do support us, and we appreciate that. We've appreciated it the whole time. We know you mean well. That's why we have no problems busting your chops right back at you, because we're just screwing around. We're just having fun. So, folks, we appreciate that. And Shelly Fitzgerald also in the chat. Hello, Shelly. We appreciate everybody showing up tonight. And let's go ahead and get the ball rolling on this, if it's all right with you guys. That's
perfectly fine. Let's do it.
Yeah. It's pretty straightforward. In the last few days, as a matter of fact, it was just it was actually just this past Sunday, just this Sunday, the 28th, when the newly liberated Queen of Pop herself. She was a princess. She grew up. She became a queen. You know, she ascended to the throne. It doesn't help. It helps that she has kids of her own, albeit kids to deadbeat father who mooches off of their child support. Yeah, I'm not sorry, Kevin Federline. He's a fucking piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit, but go on.
Ms. Britney Spears. Basically, she put up a approximately 22-minute and, if I'm reading this correctly, 7-second long audio message that she put up on YouTube, and then she was literally just a couple days. It was just a couple of days that she pulled it right back down, or she privated it. She took the tweet off. I guess she basically did this as like a way to have catharsis over here. Also, hi V's channel. How's it going, V's channel? Welcome. We appreciate you. Welcome to the Black Files. Bunda, we know it's we know what kind of relationship we got between ourselves and Morris. Between ourselves and Bunda. Will, it's okay.
I don't know. I always like her songs.
Oh no! Wait, whose songs?
Alanis Morissette.
Oh, that's God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alanis Morissette is God, but what does...
Wow, Angel, you're able to hear her music without dying? I mean, this is God we're talking about, Angel.
Well, my name is Angel. As you see, I was named after her iconic servants. So by default, I can do so. Just make sure that no matter what happens or how difficult things get, it should be fine.
Oh, my God.
Well, she is here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away.
What mess? Have you looked at me? I'm like a Ken doll down there.
I'm as anatomically correct as a Ken doll. Thank you for rolling with the Kevin Smith lines over here. And I'm here to remind you. Well, you ought to know.
Yee.
Ha.
Now,
let me see.
For our beloved listeners.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Angel.
Please go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Angel, because I've actually got to set up the queue for this, because I'm guessing, Jose, I know you've been busy, but I'm guessing, even though I sent you the video, I know that Angel probably sent it too. I'm going to take a wild shot in the dark. You had not had the chance to sit down and listen to Britney speak, have you, Jose?
On the contrary, yes, I did.
Oh, goody.
Damn, nice play. I sadly did not have the chance to because I literally got back from work a few minutes ago.
Okay.
But I was trying to offer... Yeah, I was trying to offer a little bit of insight. For our beloved listeners out there that haven't kept up with what's going on, famous pop star, singer, mother, and overall celebrity of the world, Britney Spears, has recently, well, this isn't exactly recent, it has been going for almost half a year, shown that despite all the money, fame, and reputation she has been more or less being shackled by the troubles of her abusive family. Her father took essentially ownership of her legal status as a person. What is that called, Juan? That thing that they fought in court?
Her conservatorship.
Conservatorship. For those of you who do not know, that is what happens when another legal adult can take care of you on the grounds that you are not fit to take care of yourself. They use as an excuse the multiple nervous breakdowns and public scandals that surround her previous career to essentially put a leash around her mouth and around her neck. For the last few years, in fact, for the vast majority of her career, it would seem that she has not been able to be freely use of her money, fame, and status to do whatever she pleases to do. Essentially, her family has been exploiting her. Her own father has been treating her like a slave, and she has not been able to essentially live her life. She has been used as a puppet to perform, make money, and go back to her room. And if that sounds incredibly fucked up for the rest of you, that's because, in fact, is. However, all things, both good and bad, have to come to an end. And last year or so, she launched her own legal campaign and case to remove herself. Earlier this year, thank you for clarifying. She launched her own legal case to fight off this conservatorship, to essentially free herself and get full ownership of both her life and her money. What followed was a rather unpleasant series of events, as we saw just how deeply her own father, and to a lesser extent, her own family, have been treating this woman like the golden goose. You think that somebody with that much money and power would have the ability to do whatever they want. But sadly, we have seen that money is no substitute for freedom. And as of the last few years, she hasn't had the chance to enjoy either of those things.
Well,
absolutely. Now, absolutely. This video, like that she put out, was it's 22 minutes long. We've clocked it at 22 minutes, and it is basically unfiltered. There is no censorship. There is no filters, no edits. Completely all raw video of Britney Spears detailing her experience while being put under her conservatorship by her family.
Well, we're going to go ahead and put the link for the video down here now. But if it's all right with you guys, let's go ahead and hear from the Queen herself. Right quick. I do want to see...
Will this cost us our monetization? It shouldn't.
Maybe? Because the link was actually shared thanks to our homeboy, our big brother, the Lord and Ruler of the Popcorn Planet himself, Mr. Andy Signor.
The man himself.
On Popcorn Planet. So if there's I'm going to put this up right now. If for some reason, if there's any shenanigans that happens with the YouTube AI system or whatever, saying like, oh, you are playing content from another video. Whose video? This video from Popcorn Planet. I'm like, okay, let me just... Hey, Andy, we played your video. Can you help us get this copyright strike off? Thank you. He'll just write back,
God.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Lord knows that right now YouTube has been doing its best to screw everybody as hard as they can, which is why we ever so much appreciate any amount of donation you send our way and your mere presence and the view hours that you have so generously sent to us. I genuinely cannot express how happy I am to have you guys here.
Appreciate
Absolutely. And I'm sorry I had to go off on that, Juancho, but I'm trying to make sure that we cover our butts.
Oh, no, that's why I'm going to at least a source that we personally know and can vouch for us, and B, a source that we trust because they already put it up, because Andy put this entire recording up in its entirety. Literally right here at 33 seconds is when he stops talking. But it's not because we're trying to cut Andy off. If you just want to see his 33 seconds of his intro, then that's fine. But he let the rest of the video play through all on its own.
Before you play the video, I do want to mention that there is a comment here from Lorraine Lamour, who commented saying, also, she started performing as a kid, so the parental control was in place then, which is normal, but the parents never backed off.
That's absolutely right. Lorraine Lamour, you're right about that. Let me see.
And Special Snowflake has joined. Special Snowflake with a flock emoji saying, just got here. Did I miss anything? No, Special Snowflake. We are just getting started in talking about the unloaded ammunition that is Britney Spears' video on her conservatorship.
Indeed. That's actually exactly it. And if it's all right with you guys, I'm going to go ahead and let the Queen speak for herself. So I'm going to go ahead and get that rolling, all right?
Go right ahead. We will not interrupt the video. In fact, Angel, I recommend that we mute our mics.
Yeah, I'm going to mute myself too, because I want to be respectful to whatever Britney says, and I'm sure everyone else feels the same way. So again, thank you, Andy, for catching this when he did, and downloading the video and putting it to this. So let's hear it.
Okay, so I woke up this morning and I realized that there's a lot going on in my head that I haven't really shared with anyone really. And I've had tons of opportunities, Oprah, interviews, to go on a platform and share hardships or just really anything that's going on in my mind. And I really don't think any of that is relevant to getting paid to tell your story. I feel like it's kind of silly. So I'm here, honestly, just to open myself to others and try to shed a light on if anyone out there has ever gone through hardships or whatever it is, just to put a light on it. And so that person doesn't feel alone, because I really know what that feels like.
Attention Tampa, are you tired of
Freaking ads.
paying
This is
over
what happens
MSRP?
I was not expecting that. Give me a second. Wow.
I haven't honestly shared this openly
Sorry, folks.
too as well, because I've always been scared of the judgment and definitely the embarrassment of the whole thing, period, and the skepticism and the cynical people of what and their opinions of what people would actually think. I do think I'm in a place now where I'm a little bit more confident that I can be willing to share openly my thoughts and what I've been through, because I haven't really had that outlet to share completely openly for so long, just scared of judgments, thoughts of other people and what they think or what they may say. And I think it's crucial for my heart and my head to be able to speak openly about it as if anyone else would. Well, the actual conservatorship actually started, I think, 15 to 16 years ago. I was 25 when it started. I was extremely young. I remember a lot of my friends texting me and calling me, and we were extremely close, and they wanted to see me, but by what had happened, I honestly, still to this day, don't know what really I did, but the punishment of my father, I wasn't able to, see anyone or like anything. And you have to imagine none of it made sense to me. I literally spoke in a British accent to a doctor to prescribe my medication, and 3 days later, there was a swap team in my home, 3 helicopters, and I remember my mom's best friend and my 2 girlfriends. We had a sleepover the night before. They held me down on a gurner. And again, none of it made sense. Literally, the extent of my madness was playing chess with, when it was playing chase with paparazzi, which is still to this day one of the most fun things I ever did about being famous. So I don't know what was so harmful about that. But I remember my mom was sitting on the couch and she said, "We've heard people are coming here today to talk to you. We should probably go, to a hotel or something." And I never really understood what she meant. I didn't believe her. Like, is a lawyer coming here? Who is coming here? Then 4 hours later, there were over 200 paparazzi outside my house videotaping me through a window of an ambulance holding me down on a gurner. I know now it was all premeditated. A woman introduced the idea to my dad, and my mom actually helped him follow through and made it all happen. It was all basically set up. There was no drugs in my system, no alcohol, nothing. It was pure abuse. And I haven't even really shared even half of it. I think the main thing I do remember when it started was my dad's control. He loved to control everything I did. I remember the first day he said, "I'm Britney Spears and I'm calling the shots." And I'm like, alrighty then. My brother was a football player. My dad was really, really hard on him when he was younger, really abusive. And I think when my mom gave him the idea for the conservatorship and his friend, I think he just really regrouped it and made such a really, really overhauling big deal out of it. And it was just really too much. I remember him always being in the office, and my girlfriend was his assistant, and they would just stay in there all day with the door shut, and I was never ever able to leave or go anywhere. My first job, after the 2 weeks of being hospitalized and completely traumatized out of my mind, I did a TV show called How I Met Your Mother, and then I started working on an album called Circus, and started working away right away. All I do remember is I had to do what I was told. I was told I was fat every day. I had to go to the gym. I had to and I never remember feeling so demoralized, and just, they made me feel like nothing. And I went along with it because I was scared. I was scared and fearful. I didn't even really do anything. And I had like a swap team, and how, like, none of it made sense to me. So since that day, I did probably 4.5 tours. I did an album, Circus, Femme Fatale, Britney Jean, and Glory. And then I started doing a Vegas show in Las Vegas, and I did that for 4.5 years. I do remember working, and I got to a point where, you know, because my pride in my 30s, I have to live under my father's rules, and, you know, the dancers are playing and drinking and having fun at nights in Vegas, and I couldn't do anything. And I remember just being like, my performances, I know, were horrible. Like, I even wore wigs, and all the dancers were doing all these nice, sexy head flip turns, and I had conditioner treatment in my hair and like these little caps over my head, and just during a whole show getting conditioner treatments just with wigs on, because I was just like a robot. Honestly, I didn't give a fuck anymore, because I couldn't go where I wanted to go. I couldn't have the nannies that I wanted to have. I couldn't have cash. And it was just demoralizing. So I was kind of like in this conspiracy thing of people claiming and like treating me like a superstar, but yet they treated me like nothing. Well, for some reason, I started to get a spark back. I remember recording Glory, and for some reason, I think producing and making music, and I went to this little Spanish house, and I got the fire back in my eyes for some reason, and it was at the end of recording Glory, and my son named it, and things started kind of taking a turn, because I started getting more confidence just for myself. And I think with confidence, people kind of like, oh, wait, what's going on now? Like, she's speaking up a little bit more, but it might not be particularly a good thing if I'd been quiet for 15 years. I think with confidence comes enlightenment, which makes you think better. And that's the last thing they wanted me to do, was to actually be better, because then who would be in control then? But it was really tricky, because I had to just play this role that everything was okay all the time, and I had to go along with it because I knew they could hurt me. So I'm sitting here, like, my friends all drinking alcohol and having fun in these parties, and had no cash. I literally felt like a nun. My girlfriends from home came to visit me in a spa, and I couldn't even walk into the spa, and they had their feet doing pedicures in the water, and the 3 ices of bottles of champagnes before my show just sitting there. And I wasn't even acknowledged by them, my own hometown friends, when they would come to Vegas. And it was just, it was demoralizing, I will say. You also have to understand, it's like, 15 years of touring and doing shows, and I'm 30 years old under my dad's rules. And all of this is going on, and my mom's witnessing this, and my brother is witnessing, and my friends are witnessing it, and they all go along with it. And I'm like, how am I the one working here and doing all this, but I don't get the side things that, the good stuff, I want to be able to play. I want to be able to have fun. Like, none of it made sense to me. Well, the last show in Vegas ended 2017. I went on tour, which of tour I was forced to do, but I was supposed to do a new show. So the new show came along. I rehearsed, I think, maybe 4 days ago. I don't really remember, but I went to one of the rehearsals, and I said no to a dance move. I was like, no, can we do that? I don't want to do this. And then I just remember everything got really weird and quiet, and all the directors and producers went in the back room and just spoke. And that was it. And I was like, well, I don't know what's going on. So we all just kind of like, what happened? And then the next day, I was told that I had to be sent away to a facility. And that I was supposed to say on my Instagram the reason why is because my dad is sick and I need treatment, which was, I didn't want to ever go there. I remember my dad calling me on the phone and I was crying and I was like, why are you guys doing this? Like, what? And I just remember him saying, it's not in your hands. You have to listen to the doctors. The doctors are going to tell you what to do. I can't help you now. And I remember his last words were, now, you don't have to go, but if you don't go, we're going to go to court and there'll be a big trial and you're going to lose. I have way more people on my side than you. You don't even have a lawyer, so don't even think about it. So I did it. I went to the place. I was scared out of my mind. And none of it, again, made any sense of what they were doing to me. And again, I haven't wanted to share this because it's unbelievably offensive, sad, abusive, and honestly, would anybody believe me? I remember the main thing of when I was in that place that my heart felt like it was frozen, like it was stuck inside and I wanted to scream and I wanted to get out. And I think by a needle and thread, it was the breathing peacefully inward that I missed the most. I felt like I was in a state of shock, almost like when an old person feels helpless and they're literally going through some sort of shock treatment and they can't relax their body because they don't have the answers of why they can't have their own keys to their car and put it in the ignition and walk outside, and their own security guards at every door saying they can't go. Sitting down, drawing 6 galls of blood every week. Weak as hell. And then calling, and my family is in Destin at my beach house. It didn't make sense.
Again with the ads, guys. Sorry about that.
It cannot
Holy
be.
shit!
But also, wow.
Here we go.
You guys can hear me. Is my mic still working?
Yeah,
Your mic
I
is
can hear
working
you.
just fine.
Is it okay for us to take a? You think it's okay for us to take a break for half of it? Because we're at the halfway point of that. Holy Lord in heaven.
Let's take a break from the halfway point. But oh man,
God,
that was insane. That's crazy.
Just half of it first. We'll get to the other half in a second. But my God, and all that's holy in heaven,
Bruh.
Just
bruh.
Step bruh.
Oh man.
Like, oh my God. This woman's a fucking saint for putting up with this as long as she has for now, because I would be, like, without hesitation, I would be flailing and kicking and screaming the whole fucking time.
It was worse than anything we could have possibly imagined. It genuinely was worse than anything we could have expected. Not only are we looking at actual fabrications of health conditions, we're seeing a level of gaslighting the likes of which I haven't witnessed since the actual horror movie I saw called Shutter Island. This is genuinely fucking terrifying to hear.
Like
the fact that everybody was in on it, everybody was perfectly fine with turning this woman into a fucking puppet just so they could have their piggy banks filled. I think this makes out a bit harsh, but I wish everybody involved in the story would die.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
No, Angel, no, guys, no, Angel. I have to disagree with you because death would be letting him off easy.
Good point.
Touche, Sashay. Holy fuck!
I wish for them to be locked up and to live with their guilt, because there's nothing more punishable than living, knowing that knowing that you fucked up.
And God, like, the worst part is, let's not forget, until a few years until this information came out, the rest of the public was perfectly fine with essentially shrugging Britney off as yet another insane celebrity that went crazy due to too much fame and power. I remember this. I used to work in the goddamn airport when this happened, and I used to read those magazines because there was nothing else to read. And, bro, celebrity culture is a fucking virus. And the paparazzi is... probably they are second only to actual criminals in being scum of the earth.
Like, because they fill fed into all of it. They were over here reporting the same official headline shit. But like, as bad as the paparazzi was and their complicit part of all this, Britney's family was far, far worse.
Oh,
being made to work out like a freaking horse every single day, being told that she's being fat, that she's being fucking, that she was being like, oh, you're letting yourself go, you're so fat, you're so ugly, you need to like starve yourself, Britney.
Wow, that is some high-level abuse.
Not being allowed to fucking use her own money, not being allowed to drive on her own or carry cash. What kind, like, if I'm freaking, like, if I'm like disciplining my kid or whatever, and like they're not, like, let's say if they had an allowance on them, because I ain't giving them an allowance yet, they're still little, I don't know what the heck they're gonna burn any money on, but if they had anything, I would still let them have some kind of cash. You need to keep some kind of emergency cash on hand, like, hey, maybe I need a bottle of water, maybe I need a freaking tuna fish sandwich or whatever the fuck, something. You know what I mean? Or
they were
no,
her
we
like
are in control. We tell you what to eat.
And they were even telling her all she did at that point was give a little bit of pushback on a dance move. Fucking dance move. How fucking disgusting is that? It's absolutely horrendous, guys. It's like, okay, she's literally like, her hair is like, if like, with her, it feels like it's like spirit gummed into her scalp, and she's got like conditioner in there, and it hurts to move, and they're telling her like oh, you need to make this move, and she's like just says like, no, I don't really want to do that move, can we do this instead?
And everybody behaves as if she just committed a cardinal sin. For you see, how dare the puppet try to rebel against his strings. Can't have that now, can we?
Apparently not. Because they went and fucking said that they went actually told her like, you don't even try anything, don't even try to get over get anything over here, because if you try to go to court, you will take you to court and you'll lose. You don't even have a lawyer. We have everything. I'm like, God, that's fucking supervillain shit.
That isn't abusive. That is evil. That is the kind of evil that results in people dying in action movies. This is a level of evil that you read about and you wonder what person would do this to another. Because, let's be honest, Hollywood, the fame, the industry will fuck up the kids, but the parents allow it to happen. And in this case, not only do we have the parents allowing it to happen, but actively encouraging and mistreating their daughter. And from what we saw, apparently, they weren't any nicer to her bro, who was also trying to make a career in sports. There is a special kind of hell reserved for parents that try to turn their kids into copies of themselves. These guys are somehow even worse than that. This isn't just abuse. This is evil. And I can say that with no hint of exaggeration whatsoever. These people are fucking evil, man.
And usually we like to exaggerate when it comes to like being comical and being like silly with our shit, but everyone knows that we take our own shit in stride when we exaggerate stuff. You know, like last week when we were getting started on the show, I was flailing because like I didn't get a few words in, and we're like, no, it's not, like, guys, it's okay, let's just chill, like, because we can fucking exaggerate a little bit, but this, no, there is no exaggeration here. Like Angel said, couldn't have said it better myself. This isn't just abuse. This isn't just criminal. This is evil. Wanton, unsanctioned, unfucking fettered evil.
And what? Wait, sorry, could refresh my memory. When did they took out that? I think I keep calling it ownership because that's what it feels like.
When did they take out the conservatorship?
17 years ago, or was it 13 years ago?
17 years ago. How old is she now?
She turns 40, I believe, this year.
So she was essentially in her early to mid-20s when this happened. She had just begun to become an adult, which means that she was at a very important, impressionable time in her life. I'm not infantilizing this woman.
Oh, yeah, no, she's already 40. She turns 41 this year. My bad.
Congratulations. Point is, 17 years ago, she was essentially in her early 30s, give or take, correct?
Late mid-20s.
Mid-20s, early 30s. This means that they took essentially about a tenth of her life, and they have spent those 15 plus years. That is a decade and a half. I want you guys to think carefully about how much time there is in 17 years. During those 17 years...
Okay, she was age 27 when they did it, so 27, 37... It was 14 years, 13, 14 years. Yeah.
Thank you. Now, I want you to imagine, because that was almost a decade and a half, that is 10 years, that they took their child and turned her into a piggy bank. And they continue to exploit her, make light of her, abuse her psychologically and possibly physically at this point. I'm not even surprised if they got that far. And they have been reaping the fruits of her hard-earned labor and talent while slowly not allowing her to have a life of her own. They have stolen a chunk of her adulthood. They have taken away her independence and her freedom. And the entire world was perfectly fine with that because we genuinely didn't know better. We had been enchanted by the idea of celebrity culture. Celebrities just felt like these bizarre beings that exist in a world different from ours, with like morals that seem to warped and complicated for the average person. And as of recent years, ironically enough, thanks to the spread of social media and the knowledge of the internet, we're getting to see just what does it take to make a person like that have that kind of breakdown. It's not just the fame, it's not just the money, it's those that they are surrounded with. And God, dole and behold, what she was surrounded with is monsters. Because I refuse to call these things people. No person, no parent worth their blood and salt should treat their child like that. Sorry, I gotta
No, do not apologize at all, Angel.
No, Angel, do not apologize for speaking your mind, my friend.
You're spitting straight
disgusting.
facts. Anybody over here, if you guys are members already, do me a favor, throw up some Angel emojis over here just for the fucking props on this one, man. Because
Thanks, but this is genuinely a terrible thing to witness. This is tragic in every way, shape, or form. That somebody would do that. That is the kind of sociopathy I would see in serial killers. This is the kind of people that would probably kill her if they could get more money out of her life insurance. In fact, guys, let's be honest. What are the chances that they probably would arrange for her death the moment she stopped being useful to them?
I wouldn't have put it past him, but that's a lot, and that's an accusation that I would not want to level without any serious proof. But like legitimately, the way that they were treating her, she might as well have been. She was not alive. She wasn't living. She had 13, 14 years of her life taken from her. Britney Spears had years of her life taken from her family, quote unquote, the people that are supposed to be there to care for you, to support you, to back you up, to be there to get you through tough times, not to be there to cause those tough times, not to be the ones to fucking take advantage of the talent that you've grown with, the talent that you've honed on your own, that you've put your blood, sweat, tears into. Yeah, she's like, people will say, oh, she's so overproduced, whatever. Yeah, whatever. That's one thing. But she's the one behind the mic. She's the one in the stages. She's the one on stage dancing. She's the one singing. She's the one who goes and makes freaking random TV and movie appearances. She's the one with the who's got the name and face recognition on the magazines, on the fucking newspapers, on the websites, on the press tours, on the concerts, on TV, in the radio, in your iPod, in your whatever. She's the one. The buck stops with her. Without her, they got nothing. That fucking trailer that Jamie Spears, her father, is currently living in, which isn't even like an actual trailer. It's like a nice, luxurious, like Humvee or whatever kind of looking fucking a place. The motherfucker would have been living out of there 25 fucking years ago if it wasn't for Britney. So the motherfuckers, they need to fucking put some respect on her name. They need to put some fucking respect on Britney Spears' name. She earned them that bread. Also, I want to say thank you to V's channel. She just became an inner flocker. Thank you, V's channel.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Welcome to the inner flockers. Enjoy your stay. I forgot to bring the cookies this time. Actually, no, I didn't forget. I ate them already. But they were oatmeal raisin. They're not everybody's favorite, but they're my personals. When it comes to
we appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you so much.
For real. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And
we really do.
No, but like Jose, I know I'm not the only one here with this stuff. Hit us up, Joe. I know you got stuff to say too.
Oh no, there's really nothing else for me to say. I mean, Angel really nailed it in the rant, which is very rarely like happens here on this channel that we hear Angel go on on a fucking rant.
Oh no,
That's
Angel
nobody often
rants
I
and
get to
raves
play
all
the
the live
voice
long
of
day.
rant.
But this is
All right,
a rant of outrage.
Oh yeah, no. I'm totally on board with him, and this is fucking sick. And all this just so Britney's parents can
Mooch
profit.
off her, succeed. It's that,
Can mooch
not
off
just
her
her
to
parents.
profit off her.
Remember, her baby sister Jamie Lynn.
Her baby, yeah, her whole family basically I don't want to use the term prostituted her entire being. Would that be the correct term?
Would you guys think
it's borderline predatory what they did to her.
That while that term is accurate in the context of this, it does have really harsh connotations, but it's not untrue, Jose. You can say that it's kind of dickish, but it's not untrue.
I know. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what the picture is painted as, and it's fucked up. And I'm very happy that Britney Spears decided to unload and tell the world everything that's been going on while she was shackled by her family in this conservatorship.
Shelly over here in the chat was saying her whole family, her ex-husband and 2 kids. That's the really fucked up part. Kevin fuck off Federline, that no talent hack, that jackass, that fucking actual piece of human garbage. Okay, you know how dead skin cells, if left along, actually become dander and dust and stuff. This guy is lower than
dirt.
that in his uselessness. He's fucking useless.
The only comfort that I'll have after this is over is that I'll look up an old clip where Kevin Federline got his ass kicked by John Cena on Raw.
Ha! That's
once
funny.
again based Cena.
Well,
this was in 2006, of course, but still.
You, John.
Verbal support is not enough. I want that motherfucker to get his ass beat.
No, seriously? Yeah, no, I'm not even fucking bothering. But yeah, no, and the really sad thing is that they freaking drag her children in on this whole problem. He fucking he fucking they dangle her kids who live with Kevin in front of her, say oh, you don't rock the cart, don't disturb the apple cart too much, or you're never gonna see your fucking children again. And Kevin Federline, his useless ass, was happy to fucking not do a damn thing as long as a fucking child support checks kept rolling in.
Now, before we continue, we got Kurititi dropping a $4.99 on the super chat, saying the squirrels.
Thank you.
The squirrels used for the squirrel juice spray and CMD
DMC, I think you meant.
On DMC are way less nuttier than Britney's family.
Ha!
Christ.
No, okay.
Well, at least it
Thank
actually
you,
had a
Kuriski.
use.
That's actually a reference to our Let's Play of Los Amigos Play. We're doing DMC, Devil May Cry Definitive Edition. The westernized version of Devil May Cry, where Dante is his emo punker or whatever, and he's working with...
Yeah, this trash fire that we're still playing.
Yeah. We're actually finishing it this Saturday.
No, we're not.
We're not?
Watcho, I think you underestimate how much gaming there's left.
Oh, snap. Legend of the Traveling TARDIS is in the chat. Hello, TARDIS. How you doing, man? He's over here dropping some fun facts saying, we don't talk about Cena. We don't talk about Cena. No, no, no. We don't talk about Cena.
Now, hang on, guys. John Cena is good peoples, okay?
He's a face, and he's also an actor.
Yeah.
Also, he's like the Wu-Tang Clan. He does it for the kids.
He does it for... You're right. He is like Wu-Tang Clan. Oh, shit. And just like Wu-Tang Clan, John Cena ain't nothing to fuck with.
Exactly. Now, getting back onto
this. Yeah, getting
back onto this. Do we want to continue with the rest of the clip?
We have
We
to.
must. This is necessary.
It's like ripping off a Band-Aid, or in my case, ripping off my my continuous glucose meter sensor. Like, just take it off. You can't leave that.
All right,
top
not
half
a problem. Just want to remind the viewers who are watching right now that we will have our mics muted for the duration of this video.
No,
Go
just
ahead.
the duration of the Britney testimony here. But yeah, no, Bundo saying love John Cena. The Marine's a cool flick, and so is that movie where H is a bus driver. You mean The Chaperone? Lol. No, I'm joking. That one's all right. Let's see. And Snowflake. Frankly, I haven't heard hide or hair of John Cena since the Nickelodeon Fred movies. But then again, I also live under a rock. That's fair. In that case, you would love him as Peacemaker.
All right, let's mute our mics, Angel, while Juan plays the rest of the clip.
Yeah. And here's hoping that no more ads pop up. Andy, I know you got the ads on, but like at the same time, like I'm trying to help show people your thing. It just breaks the moment. It's so weird. Okay, it's all right. All right, getting back on it, and here we go. Picking back up.
To this day, I kind of stopped believing in God at that time because I didn't know how they could have 40 people leave my house a day and me work from 8 to 6 at night. Be seen changed every time I changed in the shower. No privacy, no door, nothing. How did they get away with it? And what the fuck did I do to deserve that? I couldn't even smoke cigarettes. People on death row can smoke cigarettes. I missed my AA meetings. Although I was kind of forced to go to AA, and I'm not even an alcoholic, I actually enjoyed it because I thought the people were brilliant. They shared their stories just to share their story, and in a circle of women and men who just are trying to be better people and trying to touch other people. I missed my AA meetings. I couldn't go in. I couldn't have the keys to my car, no cash, no cigarettes, no door for privacy. It changed me, watched me change naked every day. I did work 7 days a week. No weekends were off. They monitored what I ate. From 8 to 6, I work. Sometimes at 9 o'clock, I'd be able to watch a movie. Finally, the owner of the whole facility that I was always texting to try to be able to go somewhere, just get out of the house, that place somehow, he had to let me go because the Free Britney campaign came out. With all the pink t-shirts. I saw it on a lot of the morning shows, and people by word of mouth, and I think just by my fans knowing by heart that something was up. I remember one of the guys were on an interview on the street, and he said, you know what, I could be totally wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll be really, really embarrassed, and I'll just go have a drink somewhere. He said, but I do feel like they're doing something to her right now, and I'm not surely what it is, but that's what my heart says. But the whole thing that made it really confusing for me is these people are on the street fighting for me, but my sister and my mother aren't doing anything. To me, it was like they secretly, honestly liked me being the bad one, like I was messed up, and they kind of just liked it that way. Otherwise, why weren't they outside my doorstep saying, baby girl, get in the car, let's go? I think that's the main thing that hurt me. I couldn't process how my family went along with it for so long. And I mean, almost half a year, you know? And their only response was, we didn't know. I'm like, I'm on the phone telling you right now, I'm here, please. Eventually, by the grace of God and praying on my knees, I left the place. But I was still scared. I was really, really scared. And from then on, I had support. I needed a lot of support. And I found 2 really, really great people that would come to my house weekly and just help me with my mind, because I didn't understand all the therapy that I had to do there. But why have therapy when it's forced and in like a militant, almost prison-like way that like is where you're not even all there? None of it made sense. Well, I think my strength grew because I didn't reach out to my dad anymore. And And they were playing the game of ball and twist of, she's going to come running back to us because, we've scared her and we're the bosses here. But I didn't. I just stalled and I stalled and I stalled and I stalled. And finally, I think they just knew I wasn't going back. And I finally got a lawyer. A wonderful friend finally got me a lawyer. And he really helped me through it. To me, the thing was, I think the trauma of all of it and just the whole thing together and going down to how much effort and work and heart I put in to what I did when I did work, even down to the details of how many rhinestones are going to be in my costume. And I cared so much. And they literally killed me. They threw me away. That's what I felt like my family threw me away. I was performing for like thousands of people at night in Vegas, the rush of being a performer, the laughter, the joy, the respect. I was shaking over 40 people's hands every night before a show, training weekly, 3 training sessions a week, AA meetings, therapy sessions. My dad literally, I was a machine. I was a fucking machine. Not even human. Almost. It was insane how hard I worked. And the one time I speak up and say no in rehearsals to a fucking dance move, they got pissed.
Hey guys,
Give me 2 seconds.
I feel like the scare tactic and how badly they treated me in the end, I think they thought I was going to come begging back to work again because they thought, I needed them. Because they put me in an ignorant, scared state of mind to make me feel like I needed them. And if you don't do what we say, we're going to show you who's boss. I didn't play their game anymore. I got on my knees every day and I prayed. I held on like a needle and thread to some sort of existence because they had made me feel like nothing for so long. I knew in the deepest part of my core, I knew I'd done nothing wrong and I didn't deserve the way I'd been treated. I do think the hardest thing for me was I wanted to use my feet and leave and run or go somewhere. I had to be placed in a chair from like 8 to 6 every day. I couldn't take it. I talked to rabbis. I've talked to grown men about it, and they're like, we don't see how you did it. Honestly, I don't either. And through that, I remember saying, I don't believe in God anymore. I honestly deserve an award for acting like I was okay every day. I thought they were trying to fucking kill me. I remember one time I was backstage and I needed my inhaler. And I opened up to my assistant because I had my phone with me, which I'm not supposed to have my phone underneath the stage. But I said to her, you know what I'm doing. I was talking to a guy and he wanted to just leave the country with me. We had it all set up to just leave. And it was a secret relationship. And I said, my biggest fear was, what would my dad do if I did do something wrong? What if I left the country? And what if they found me? And what would they do? And I said, I feel like they would lock me up or something or really hurt me. And she looked at me and she said, are you kidding me, Britney? Your dad would never do that to you. And I didn't even do anything wrong, and he still did it. I'm honestly more angry at my mom because I heard when reporters would call her at the time and ask questions of what was going on, she would go innocently hide in the house and she wouldn't speak up. It was always like, I don't know what to say. I just don't want to say the wrong thing. We're praying for her. I feel like she could have gotten me a lawyer in literally 2 seconds. My friend helped me get one in the end, but every time I made contact with a firm, my phone was tapped and they would take my phone away from me. And again, I get nothing out of sharing all of this. I have offers to do interviews with Oprah and so many people, lots of money, but it's insane. I don't want any of it. For me, it's beyond a sit-down proper interview. I had no contact in that place for so long, and my heart would just want to stand up in my family's faces and scream and cry and throw a tantrum and go back in time and do exactly what I wanted to do at those times. Yeah, and might even spit in their fucking faces. Why? Because the pain my family gave me, sitting me there all day and not being able to use my feet, as they watch their grandchildren run bases to base in a family neighborhood, as if I'm dead or I don't exist, honestly makes me look up and say, how the fuck did they get away with it? How is there a God? Is there a God? Giving 8 galls of blood weekly, not being able to stand up. I was so weak. And my family's at my beach house. I was scared, broken. I'm sharing this because I want people to know I'm only human. I do feel victimized after these experiences, and how can I mend this if I don't talk about it? I have an amazing song right now with one of the most brilliant men of our time, and I'm so grateful. But if you're a weird introvert, oddball like me, who feels alone a lot of the time, and you needed to hear a story like this today so you don't feel alone, know this, my life has been far from easy, and you're not alone.
And there we have it, folks. That's everything from the voice of the queen herself, Miss Britney Spears, guys. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I feel sick.
Yeah,
I feel
no
actually
fucking
nauseous listening to this.
Yeah, no, that was fucking that was just fucking harrowing. That was fucking
Very
draining.
sickening.
I'm over here trying not to fucking scream while I've got this stuff played up. I've got the microphone into our speaker so that Angel and Jose can hear instead of fiddling with the Zoom and all that so that they can hear because it'll interfere with all that mess. But holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Every time I feel that they cannot go deeper and deeper into the scum pile, they go ahead and prove me wrong. The sheer amount of gaslighting this woman had to put up with has been insane. Both the people that actively hurt her and those that refuse to help her are equally guilty. Because at this point, like, how do you look at this and not wish just prison for life for these people? Because holy shit.
Right?
Just every time I thought it wasn't going to get worse, it somehow managed to inevitably get worse. And I shouldn't be surprised. These are the same people that treated her like a tool for a decade and a half, almost. So, yeah, from the moment that they started to gaslight her into this kind of position, there was no depth that they wouldn't sink to. And of course, the paparazzi was always there, always happy to spread the word and smear her image, because they basically smeared her image. They built up, let's be honest, guys, the Britney that we thought we knew for the last 20 or so years of her career is not the real one, and never has that been more obvious than now. For once, we get to see the real person, and it's the saddest goddamn thing I could have possibly heard today.
God fucking damn it. I was...
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't mean to cut you
No,
off.
no, it's just... God, man, it's just very, like, I'm with you, Juan. Like, I am drained. I'm exhausted because, man, there is so much evil shit that her family put her through. My God, man. And Angel's right. The people who witnessed it, who are aware of what's happening and did nothing about it, they are equally responsible and deserve to be dragged to the mud as well.
No, the mud is too kind for these motherfuckers. They need to be dragged across steaming hot lava. All right? I know we got some volcanoes that are going off in Europe recently. They need to go pay a visit without the suits.
Christ.
Yeah,
the only good thing that came out of this entire mess is the knowledge that now the truth has come out. And we know for a fact that Britney can now experience her freedom, and her abusive family will eventually run out of that sweet, sweet money that they basically swindle for her. Because let's be honest, they have essentially stolen all that money from her. They do not deserve, nor earn, not need a single cent from her money. And the fact that even now they still live and breathe on the benefits for the fortune created by her talent is a goddamn travesty as it is. The part that pisses me off is the fact that ultimately we can never give her back her time. She can never have back what she lost. All she can do is try to move forward and get some justice for what's happened. We are not trying to prevent something bad from happening. We're trying to stop something worse from continuing. And that alone is depressing enough because the bastards got away with it for this long. And let's be honest, if it wasn't from the sheer amount of factors that came together to make things happen, this could have kept happening. We could be sitting here not knowing what happened. She could still be exploited by her family right now.
And we would have never known.
Yeah.
We would have never known because
Christ.
No, like God, okay. You know what's kind of fucked up? While this is a very we're currently in a very good time for her, for Britney, just hearing her story. And you guys can probably crap on me all you want. Real quick, Kuristi Rando-san dropped a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Kuristi. She's asking, is a life sentence of living in Chernobyl too harsh?
Unless you can think of some place worse than Chernobyl.
Normally, I would say no, but that might kill them too fast.
Too fast?
I want them to live. I want them to live for their whole, long, natural lives. And I want the entire world to know that they are enormous pieces of shit. They deserve to live with that knowledge, and they deserve to be judged properly by society, which I'm being told that we live in.
Yes.
There we go. Yeah, exactly. You said it perfectly. What I was trying to say was that listening to Britney talk, listening to her testimony, let me know if anyone else recognizes these words. Early morning, she wakes up. Knock, knock, knock on the door. It's time for makeup, perfect smile. It's you they're all waiting for. They go, isn't she lovely, this Hollywood girl? And they say, she's so lucky. She's a star, but she cries in her lonely heart, thinking, if there's nothing missing in my life, then why do these tears come at night?
Fuck, man. These lyrics hit hard in today.
It's got a that was back in 2000 before the conservatorship took place. But holy fuck, that is like a
man.
That's like almost an omen of things to come for the poor girl.
Hang on a minute. We got $10 on our that was donated to our Cash App by I'm guessing this is V's channel, Veronica EH.
Yes, V's
Thank
channel.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, V's channel, for the $10 Cash App drop. And yes, let me see here. Let me see if there's a little message just for the black and purple hearts. We appreciate that. And yes, I was
Thank you so
reading
much.
The line of the lyrics to Lucky. I'm not sorry.
By the way,
it's corny, but
do not forget the conservatorship was done to essentially cement the chains around her neck. It's pretty much guaranteed that they were already mistreating her from the moment that she began to show talent and promise. The moment she began to make money, the moment she became slightly famous, I guarantee you that's when they began to crack down on her. The conservatorship, that was just basically to ensure that they could legally exploit her and get away with it. The fact that this resulted in several neurotic episodes and public scandals around her figure essentially strengthened their case. I guarantee you, these people have been essentially grooming their own daughter into the perfect moneymaker. And the moment they got the legal power to continue doing so, they grabbed it. In fact, I am under the belief the only reason they didn't put ownership on her, because let's be honest, that's what it was, is because they couldn't get away with it yet. The moment they did, they jumped into the option immediately.
No, you got that right, Angel. It was like they probably thought it was a natural extension from child exploitation kind of thing. Also, Shelly Fitzgerald dropped a $9.99 super chat just because. Thank you for that, Shelly. We appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much for your continuing support and for your generosity. We
Right, I'm back.
Yeah, no, it's all right, Joe. We saw that you got.
Yeah, I
followed.
was having issues with my phone. Like, it's so weird. It's at the point like you keep your phone charged up, and yet you see your battery life draining still. That's not a
I
good
feel
thing.
my life draining every time I listen to more of this story. Because holy shit,
Well,
my soul has shriveled inside my sack.
Angel, you're gonna need some mana or something, man. You're gonna need like a high potion or a senzu bean or some fucking thing, because as Willie Mays says, but wait, there's more.
Of course.
I'm
Of
gonna go
course
ahead
there
and
is.
refer everyone to the following Instagram post that I'm sharing on the chat. Also, hello, Planet Q's Queen, saying she started on Star Search when she was 10 years old. Then when she was 12, she was in the Mickey Mouse Club, or MMC for short. If you're one of the cool kids, you call it MMC, bruh. No, I'm kidding.
I
Thank
wish
you
I
for
could be like the cool
giving
kids.
us that. Planet Q's Queen, we appreciate it. And yeah, so for like 30 years of her life, she's been in showbiz. She started off on Ed McMahon's Star Search, and that was just like fucking awesome. Well, 1991 or whatever. And lo and behold, 30 years later, there's her business. Angel, I sent you the Instagram post, and I sent it to Jose. Shared it with everyone on the chat. For those who are uninclined to click on it, this is a post that's shared at Face Reality 16, who reposted from Absolute Britney Com, from a former backstage employee by the name of Dennis, whose handle here was Skip Dennison, basically sharing his experience working in Las Vegas during her conservatorship. You have to remember that during the time that she was under her family's thumb, Britney Spears had a residency in Las Vegas where she was staying at one hotel. I don't remember fucking what. It doesn't matter at this point. I think it was the MGM Grand. And like she was performing like semi-nightly shows. She was performing multiple times a week. This big performance, big show, big thing, right? And this guy, Dennis, was working for him. I'm going to go ahead and read this off. Buckle up, folks.
Here we go.
All right.
Go for it.
I want to add to your story from another point of view. I work backstage at your shows. I guess he's talking to Britney in PH, Planet Hollywood. There we go. So that's where it was, Planet Hollywood. From February 2016 to last New Year's Eve show. I signed the NDA, but fuck it. I don't honor people who have suppressed human rights, if I may. Being military, I was chosen to replace an older gent named Barry that was retiring. During overlap learning the backstage duties on a JLo performance night, and being the type of gay Britney fan that would create fantasy set lists, naturally I inquired about your show. He told me about the required NDA, how structured it was, and how Eden's crew was. By this time, the mystique and suspicion of the conservatorship was already public taboo. Thus, being a fan, I wanted to casually extract info. Barry told me that Eden's team would utilize him from time to time to stand guard at your hotel room door, given that he was retired LVPD, Las Vegas Police Department. I asked why her door had to be guarded 24/7. To make sure she doesn't run away was what he told me. Why is she not allowed to go about freely on her own, I asked. The dad doesn't want that. She tried to run before. She might leave and not come back, he replied. That sounds like a hostage situation to me, like she's being held captive, I said honestly. He went on to say you weren't okay mentally, but just hearing that shit, that I knew things weren't right. My first night backstage at your show, I previously attended a show in June 2014 before I was stationed at Nellis Air Force Base, was April 6, 2016. Let's see here. Prior to going backstage, I'm walking through the then Axis Theater lobby. I know your orbit intimately from press. I see Larry Rudolph and cordially say, "Hello, sir," as I pass him. Doesn't acknowledge my existence even slightly. Noted motherfucker. I go backstage where CSC security sits, and Joe, their senior member, has me sign the NDA. That presumably he'd later give to Robin. Like your perfume, I'm quite curious. Sorry, I'm like, ha. Okay, that's cute, but like, okay, continuing. Like she had a perfume, "Curious" by Britney Spears. But I also take my job seriously and can't blow this opportunity I've been given to peek behind the curtain. Having already hovered around J-Lo and my Backstreet Boys homies, if you need a validation of my story, ask one of them. I personally guarded their dressing room. I disguise my excitement by looking happy and thoroughly doing the job. I see your dad and Robin in the office together often. Larry comes and goes periodically, going between VIP to watch and back of the office. Nothing major happens, but the atmosphere is very on edge and almost conspiratorial to me without knowing why. I'm later asked to aid with M&Gs. Not sure what that means, M&Gs. I'm not sure what that. Let's see here. Over time, I'm upgraded to doing backstage chores with FE. Shit. A lot of abbreviations here. And Angel, we're going to give you your soul back over here soon, dude. And Lorraine Lamore says that you sound like Ricardo Montalban. And Gene Rick. Hello, Gene Rick. Hey, break time for you. And look who's streaming. Thank you, Gene Rick. We appreciate that. And thanks for helping plug us, Traveling TARDIS. All right, let's see here. My boss can't stand her southern optimism. So I'm more than glad to. She talks lovingly of you, glows with pride at your optimism, and to be engaged in construction of your costumes, aided by Tish, and tells stories of quick change. Throughout this time, I pass your dad, who always looked like someone smeared a dirty Sanchez on his own shit stink across his upper lip, making him sneer in disgust. Politely, I say, "Hi, sir," to him. Gives me the Rudolph treatment. Noted motherfucker. Robin, to her credit, was always polite and offered passing salutations, but unbeknownst to me at the time, her shady ass was funneling out your cash with her snake associate, Lou Taylor. That's the bitch's name that I was trying to look for. She was like this chick who was part of the Conservatorship. She was probably the one who gave Jamie Spears the idea for it in the first place. She also runs a shady church or whatever. There we go. Our paths crossed numerous. Yeah. Our paths crossed numerous times, and as I stand by the counter where you enter to go to do your prayer. Every time you're flanked by Eden and his other guys, Robin and your dad follow. I suppress my inner gay, wanting to empower you by telling you to slay, but I know I'll be shit-canned ASAP if I do. I shamefully stay quiet. You always gave 1,000% most nights, but you're not you, as we once knew you to be. I remember one night, I watched you enter the clamshell, lean against the pole after ponytailing your hair. Our eyes meet and stay locked momentarily. I look away, but I felt your sadness. It weighed on me, and like you said, victimization was what I could see. You were dating Sam at the time. However, your father treated him like an outsider, seldom ever given him credentials to come backstage freely, so my boss had to escort him every time he goes from theater to backstage. Odd, given Sam is in shape, and my boss is in his late 60s. I ask F.E. and my boss about your dad. F.E. doesn't outright tell me that he basically limits her time with you, and that hurts her. But I read body language, and I feel energy. My boss, he was complicit and lacks human empathy, so he says Jamie runs the show because she's too crazy on her own. Somewhere around maybe the third to last show, I witnessed you have a break in the shit I've been putting up with. It's right before every time when you're to get into your wings. Fuck it then. I'm not going to go on. I'm fucking leaving, you shout irritably as you come walking off stage. You act as though you're going to go up to your dressing room, but you don't. Pivoting instead back to quick change. Either your hair or makeup girl shouts, "Get Jamie!" as I turn to see Robin run into the production office, and then Jamie comes angrily stomping out into your quick change. The wings go up and out without you in them. My boss yells at me and telling me to make all our guys take a break. As I go inform my coworkers, I hear you re-enter the stage to cheers and applause as your dad exits the stage, looking more irate than usual. I'm surprised no vids are on YouTube. I forgot to discuss your brother, Brian. Girl, first off, I can only surmise that Brian got his Caesars job because your dad made a contractual obligation as part of them signing you. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but through top-tier connections, when you were going to MGM Park, Brian said he was going to be in a high position there. Know this ugly truth.
While you were barricaded by bodyguards keeping you hostage in your hotel suite, your brother was out partying with some of your concert-collected busty female fans that he'd sometimes bring back upstairs in the theater to mess around with. More disturbing to me, some were Britney wannabes. Like, no joke. I'll never forget that shit because I found it in poor taste, knowing all I knew prior to witnessing that. You once saying Vegas brought the player out of you. It very much did your brother, and your dad was complicit with that. Whether you read this or not, I don't know. Shrug. But I know firsthand you're airing truths, and the courts should know how multifaceted view of just how much your entire family infringed upon your human rights. Church on Sunday ain't enough to absolve that level of greed, honey. From my unique perspective, you, Queen, are the utmost definition of strength. Many Marines couldn't endure that shit. I'm beyond happy you had Sam. Most guys wouldn't stay in that situation because your dad treated him like a villain. My story is only a fraction of what I saw. I often hypothesize that you deliberately tried sabotaging your own show because I know the rebel mentality. Fans made videos about their M&G experience, and many would bitch at us after, given we were pushing them through the hall for 3 minutes that cost them $2,500, having felt slighted. Others saying you were rude to them. They can all get over themselves now, though, because knowing your point of view, being even a small part of that, feels like being a party to some human trafficking ring from 2013 to 2017. Quantify that period alone. I'm in awe of your mental fortitude. As a fan, I'm glad aided in your rediscovery of your creative passion. With these wounds, my warrior, you empower the souls of everyone who is oppressed. Seeing that fire in your eyes again is like watching a phoenix born from ash, and that's mesmerizing. But it's your happiness to be free, dance free, love free. That's what truly warms my heart and soul. With love from every fiber of my being, Dennis. Fuck! Angel?
Can you imagine having all that
indeed.
much money and all that influence and somehow having less freedom than a death row prisoner?
Right.
Think about that for a second.
Fuck
You
me
have
sideways,
more
guys.
money than most people will have in their entire lives. You have amazing talent, and you have fame and scores of fans. In theory, you should be one of the freest people on earth. But you have less freedom than the average crackhead rotting in a jail miles and miles away from you. I'm trying to wrap my head around how incredibly fucked up this looks, because at this point, she might as well just raise up a criminal case to throw her family in jail. Every single one of them, especially her deadbeat father, deserve it at this point, because everybody is complicit. They just kept doing it. 14 goddamn years. More than half of her professional career has been completely out of her control. I can't even call this a gilded cage. It feels like a gilded, rotisserie chicken, box.
Rotisserie.
Rotisserie.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
God almighty.
They've been cooking this woman for 14 goddamn years. And it's about time somebody got burned, because what the fuck? Just what? This, I don't know how many degrees this is from an actual crime, but this feels like an actual crime to me.
It's like you can't go beyond first degree. There's is there a higher degree than first degree? Is there a way?
Bitch degree.
It's grand.
No, I got it. Guys, I got it. There is a higher degree than first degree. There is prime degree.
Yeah, this is what it feels like. One of the prime numbers now, bro. This is it. This is just wow. The fact that she won her case, it's great. But God, I don't want justice anymore. I want vengeance. I want revengeance.
You want revenge with a vengeance. You want revengeance.
Exactly.
Remember, Angel.
She is owed that revengeance.
Remember, Angel. Them living with their crimes is a far worse fate than death. I think even Ryden would agree with you.
Oh, I know, and I hope that they never. I hope the world never lets them forget what pieces of shit they are.
Sherry Fitzgerald saying, yeah, there's going to be a movie made out of this one. I wouldn't be surprised. It'll probably be a documentary movie. They'll probably air it on Vice or wherever.
Oh,
I
God.
like the fact that she purposely went out of her way to not work with any media outlet that could possibly edit or alter this in exchange for monumental masses of money. She said it herself. The money doesn't matter. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
And the message is my family is shit.
Yeah, and this works more because let's be honest, those shows, they can be edited, they can be altered. It's all pomp, no circumstance. Walking in front of the cameras to look good and to speak good and to no. This is her video, and she specifically put it there to be heard and seen by everyone. This I respect because it's not about the pomp. It's not about the ceremony of it. It's about telling a cruel, personal, unpleasant truth and have the rest of the world deal with it. Because this, no one can shy away from this. There is no excuse that can be thrown in front of this. This is abuse, plain and simple.
I'm over here. This is absolutely disgusting the way they treated her. And you want to know how much dumber it gets?
Oh,
Would you
God
like to
damn it.
hear how much dumber it gets?
Before you tell us how much dumber it gets, I just want to address the comments here because V's channel is saying like, yeah, they'll try to spin it like American Horror Story.
No, that's
set.
like Amber Heard's story.
Amber Heard's story. Sorry, I my bad.
I mean, that story was pretty fucking horrific, and in America.
Yeah, that is
Right?
true. But no, I retract my earlier comment about saying that there'll be a docu-movie out of this because I think even Britney Spears doesn't want to dignify any of these events by making a movie out of it.
Joe, they tried to make a fucking Lifetime Britney Spears movie earlier here.
I know that, but I'm talking about. Yeah, I know that, but I'm talking about like speaking from Britney's point of view. I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to do any of that.
No, she doesn't. It's a fucking what do you call it? I'm actually trying to find the fucking the one over here.
The good news is that because she basically got her, let's see, her agency back. Does that mean that she also has her own personal rights? So they cannot just exploit her image to make a movie without her knowledge and consent.
No,
and if they do,
they did it. It was on Lifetime. It was made in 2017, dude.
For real?
Okay, yeah. Thank you for sending me the Instagram post, Juancho, from Lynn Spears.
That's
_
Britney's mama.
Britney's mama. I'll read off what Britney's mama had to say.
Go ahead. Go right ahead, Jose. Fearless leader. Don't let us down.
All right. Give everyone quiet. I will read it off here.
Also, Jose, if you can, give us your best bless your heart child Southern mom.
No, fuck it. I'm not gonna. No, fuck that. I don't want to dignify this with an impersonation. So fuck her. Actually, no, don't fuck her.
Smart. All right.
So, and I quote, Britney, your whole life I have tried my best to support your dreams and wishes. And also, I've tried my best to help you out of hardships. I never and will never turn my back on you. Your rejections to the countless times I have flown out and calls make me feel hopeless. I have tried everything. I love you so much. But this talk is for you and me only. Eye to eye, in private, red heart emoji, prayer emoji.
Fuck that shit!
Oh, no, you don't. You don't get to put this behind closed doors where people cannot see what a piece of trash you are. Even if you didn't abuse your daughter, you stood by and let it happen. You closed your eyes. You shut your ears. And you lived in blissful ignorance for 14 years, coasting on the money and talent that you brought into this world. The only thing that you have contributed to this woman's life has been your DNA.
That's it. That she's got no fucking claim to anything else over here. Like it's fucking disgusting, man. Yeah, no, what's his face? Lorraine is over here confirming Lou Taylor is the one who pitched the conservatorship to her mother. My opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Lou Taylor is managing or working with the Kardashians.
Oh, well, yeah, so we know she's up to no good then.
Joseph,
wow.
What's up?
When I hear this stuff, I'm over here like, is it wrong that my inner Star Trek brain goes in? Rotten Kardashians! They're violating the treaty.
At this point.
They're oppressing the Bajorans once more. Fuck them.
Okay, calm down. Get off the captain's chair for a second, Juan.
No, Marlon Brando.
But yeah, no, it's not It's not weird, and it's not surprising at the same time. In fact, that's an insult to Kardashians.
I can't believe we reached that point. Like, that's how low we're going right now. And honestly, yeah, no surprises there. The fact that they would try to put this behind closed doors, as if it's somehow made up for all the terrible things they're done, is both hilarious and incredibly depressing. Because there is no way their reputation can recover from this. They never financially recover from this.
Oh,
Yeah, no, there is no behind closed doors. If she was serious about wanting to take responsibility, then the mother's apology must be as loud as her abuse.
In the words of the Big Blue Scout, if it mattered to you, you could have saved the world years ago. And your child should have been your world.
Right? Fucking hell, Angel. You like the fucking poetry in this fucking shit. Good God, my God. Give me a minute.
Righteous fury is an inspiration. That being said, unfortunately, this is the part where I had to cut my ties and run because it is 11:30 and work, sadly, waits for no one, gentlemen.
I hear you, man. Real quick before you bounce, Angel, what do we have to look forward to this Saturday on this week's edition of Los Amigos Play?
Well, thank you, my friends. This Saturday at 5 p.m. on Los Amigos Play. Oh, hang on. I gotta do this properly. Excuse me. Give me 1 second here. Okay, here we go. Definitive edition. We'll be finishing the main story.
We didn't hear squat
Angel,
just now.
you muted
cut
out.
off.
Whoops. Hang on. Let me try that again. Click, click, click. Okay. How about now?
There we go.
So, where was I? This Saturday at 5 p.m., we will get together once again with me at the forefront so we may play.
Okay.
With ones that we know here, etc., etc., etc.
Okay.
We'll be finishing the main story and we'll be continuing on with Virgil's Awakening, which is somehow even more fun than the main story. And I'm putting many quotations on the word fun. So I do sincerely hope that you'll join us there as we once again endure many more hours of Shakespearean storytelling.
I'm on for Shakespearean storytelling, but Angel, maybe you might want to give the voice altering program a rest because anytime you try to use it, you do cut off.
I'm afraid so, dude. You kind of cut off on there without meaning to. I know you weren't trying to, but at the same time, ow.
Yes, I do have some work to do with the machine, but
Worry not. I'll figure it out eventually. I'm pretty
sure that if I play with this thing enough times, it'll make enough sense to me. So please bear with me while I try to figure it out, because eventually I'm going to. Yeah.
Okay, that specific voice.
When you were going down,
don't do that.
Dropped in a just no voice whatsoever. Angel,
Oh,
your own deepening voice of death is enough.
Yeah, shit, Angel. The 3 seconds of you sounding like a Spanish alien Fez from that 70s show is better than what you did.
I'm doing it for the art. Regardless, I hope that I will see our beloved viewers there on this Saturday at 5 p.m. and that they will, of course, join us for the subsequent show of the Ravens Flock like they have always done.
All right, man. Well, you have yourself a good night. I understand that driving to work is a bitch in itself.
Yeah. Well, necessary evils and all that. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll be
Folks,
seeing you guys later. Thank
Folks,
you so
let's throw
much.
up some angel emojis up if you're a member. Throw them up and show them some love on the way out, okay?
Love you guys.
All right, Angel, you have yourself a good night. We'll check you later. All right. Looks like Angel has left the building, but we are not going to leave on a sour note if I can help it, Joe.
Oh, do we have something? Is there something positive that we can discuss while going over this whole story?
Well, it was not so much discussed, but I want to fucking celebrate.
Go right ahead.
Throughout this whole thing, like we said, Britney did go ahead and have over the weekend release her new song with the king himself, Sir Elton John, which was the song "Hold Me Closer." That's a big, beautiful mashup of his song "Tiny Dancer," and what was the other song that it was
I'm not entirely sure, but I do want to bring up that. Yeah, well, yeah, no, that's fine. But I know what you're talking about. First of all, it sounds cool, but we cannot play it here on the stream because, YouTube, but we do encourage others to go ahead and look it up on their own time.
Yeah, no, like legit. If you guys haven't heard it already, what the heck is wrong with y'all? It's only got 5 million views and 167,000 likes. Yeah, no, and she got herself married to the man who has been sticking through this mess with her. And that man's got some balls for putting up with all this chicanery, with all this bullshit.
Yay! That's great. That's actually good news. Hey, man, in every dark road, there's a light. In every dark road, there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Indeed, indubitably deed. But like this is just for the way this is working out. I'm just absolutely livid with how poorly she was treated. But I'm glad that she's getting her justice.
The way the whole story has been depicted from when they started the conservatorship until now can also best be served as a cautionary tale for any families out there who are trying to raise their child prodigy and trying to help them into breaking into showbiz or whatever they want to do.
Right? Yeah, no, it's definitely an issue where you need to understand exactly how to work with your kids and how to not work with your kids. And this was such a fucking failure on her family's side. And I was actually listening to the song earlier tonight, and just the fucking vibes, man, the fucking feelings on it, the fucking beauty of the song, because it's just mellow as fuck. Joseph, I hope you don't mind. I would like to actually go ahead and play the song. Fuck it.
I'm gonna have to put my foot down and say no, Juan, because I don't want our video to be flagged. I'm sorry.
We won't be flagged on this one. If we're gonna be flagged on anything, it would be over the video with Andy, and we could get that smoothed over even enough.
Okay, I'm just speaking on the grounds of, well, I don't want shit to happen on our channel.
Well, as long as we're still talking, as long as we're all still partying up,
let's play a few seconds of it. Let's play.
Trust me, please. I know it's weird, but this is one of those moments like I'm asking you to trust me.
Go ahead and play it. We'll talk. Right. We'll discuss later.
Like the little animated video that they came up with, it is so cute. It's this platinum rocket just spiraling upward into the sky, and this is so hypnotic. We should have our own. Joe, can you hear it?
Yes, I can hear it.
Like, that's just a teaser, just the first half of the song. The rest of y'all are gonna have to listen to the rest of it yourselves. And
I appreciate you coming up with your own compromise
and
one.
Joe, if it's an issue, we can do the digital muting of the song while keeping the rest of the audio for this part. So if it's an actual problem, that can be done. So
okay.
Not to worry, it'll be all right. Like, legitimately, her song shot up to #1. It was fucking brilliant. It's let's see here.
Let's see. Yeah.
It's no surprise. I mean, first of all, it's Elton fucking John, Sir Elton John. He is a musical icon. We're talking about the guy who performed side by side with Eminem at one point. Eminem of all people.
Yeah. It's badass, and it's like on the official singles chart. It's like, let me see where it is on Billboard. I want to find out. Okay, let me see. Hold me closer. Where are you at? Let's see where you at. Billboard. Shut up. Come on. Quit your bitching. Hot 100. Let me see. Okay. Harry. I could have sworn it was higher than this.
All right. Well, Kuritsudi is signing off. She's saying, good night, guys. Got to go to sleep.
All right, Kuritsudi. Yeah, no, Juancho, please stop. You guys don't need to be stricken. We'll be okay.
Yes. See, I'm not the only one that's saying this.
Like, I already said, like, with the issue on this is, like, we can get it taken off after the fact as far as the stream goes. And
All right. Well, okay. Well,
I know. But, like, when it comes to this, it's a fucking celebration, man. It's a fucking party. We're doing it honorably. Very honorably. As we detected audio detected in your stream, we'll take care of this freaking warning activity thing. Come on, it'll be all right. Your stream maybe, we'll be all right, guys. But seriously, folks, we appreciate everything here, and if there's anything that can be said about this, it's we don't know what anyone's really living through. As far as a celebrity goes, like we there's no fucking way to know for sure. But as far as Britney's story is concerned, yeah, no, like Plan is saying, it's Britney, bitch, lol. And Kuristi, have yourself a good night. And apparently it's also Lorraine's birthday tomorrow, along with Gene Ricks. Holy cow! How about that?
That's actually pretty cool. I think we should probably go ahead and just wrap this up, Juancho.
All right. Well, what do you have to say then, Jose? Since we want to go ahead and wrap up, I'll go ahead and let you finish off, and I'll finish up afterwards.
Okay. Well, a couple of announcements for myself. Let's see. For tomorrow night's edition of Wrestle Rewind, along with the weekly reviews of WWE NXT, AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling, one of the main events that I will be discussing is from the go home show of this week's Dynamite before their annual pay-per-view event All Out, which is Sunday, September 4th. The main event for Dynamite, I will be discussing a trios match for the AEW World Trios Championship semifinals match. It is the team of the United Empire, represented by Will Ospreay and the tag team and Australian tag team Aussie Open, versus Juan's favorite trio to destroy, defame, and dismantle, the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks.
All right, so definitely check in for Wrestle Rewind tomorrow night, folks, at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch.
Wow, I'm surprised. Like, no yelling from you?
I'm saving my wrath for tomorrow night.
Okay, fair enough. And of course,
yeah.
Yes. And tune into our main show of the Ravens Flock, which is this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It's every Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We, the Ravens Flock, the original Motley crew of this channel.
The Motley crew of nerds. How can you not remember our own mantras and nicknames?
Because I want to nerds is general. I'm being more specific.
Well, the Motley crew of nerds. That is us. We're the Motley crew of nerds.
Very well then.
The three.
Well, I like to refer to us as. Well, I think we've ascended to three kings, but that's just me inflating my ego. We're always here every Saturday night, every week to discuss the weekly news that's circulating around our world in nerd and geek culture. And we'll also be discussing issues that are very important in our community in our never-ending quest for the truth.
Not just a truth, the truth.
as we strive, as we ever have been since 2013, to continue to make your voice
Your voice, our mission.
All right,
Yes.
Joe, with that said and done, I'm going to go ahead and sign you off on there. We appreciate it, Jose, and you also have yourself a good night.
All right. Have a good night, folks.
All right, guys. So Jose and Angel are out of here. I'm going to give us a couple closing words over here myself. And yeah, Shelly, you're right. Everyone has a story. I'm going to do everything I can to try to keep my mind open with everyone, because you don't know what other people are living through. But at the same time, when the truth comes out, don't try to hide from it. Don't try to fucking don't try to obscure it. Don't try to obfuscate it. The truth of the matter is that what happened with Britney was abusive. It was unacceptable. Anyone who thinks that there's any real justification for what Britney went through, they've got another thing coming. They need to check themselves and ask themselves if they would be fine with being put in that position if the shoe was on the other foot. And I am so glad that we heard from Britney, that we heard from Britney Spears directly, and we're just we need to be thankful that everyone who cared about her, who gave a damn about Britney's well-being, was able to come together, spread the word, spread the truth, give her a voice. And if we were wrong on anything, we would own up to it. But Britney just gave us her take, and not only were we not wrong, we had a very woefully narrow view of the story. We did not know how deep it really was. And I'm glad that she was able to illuminate that. She gains nothing by exaggerating anything here, because something like this can't be exaggerated. Something like this can't just be swept under the rug. She deserves better. And folks can say, oh, well, she has her money back, she has her life back. Like, no amount of money in the world can buy back the even a second of the time that she lost, or the 14 years that she lost out of her life. That's a debt that no one can pay back. The only thing that we can do as fans, as people who support her, as people who care about her well-being, is to give her as much support as possible, give her a wide berth, and don't anyone fucking demand anything out of her. People complain whenever Britney goes on her Instagram and is either dancing or walking around, in her birthday suit, or like talking whatever crap and then taking it down, whatever. That's hers. It's her Instagram. She can do that now. It belongs to her. And Planet Q is right. She lost time with her boys, and she can never get that back. I cannot imagine the pain, the anguish it must be for a mother, for a mother to lose time with her children. I wouldn't wish that on any fucking body. And Lorraine's right. Notice how none of her family members are denying what happened. They're not denying it. Just like that tweet, that Instagram post from her mother is like, oh, I always loved you. I've always supported you. Anything you say, we could talk about one-on-one, eye-to-eye, in private. I could hear the bless your heart out of that shit. Bullshit. Britney Spears owes no one a damn thing in this world at all. She never has. None of us really do. But we give to each other as a show of fraternity. We show our skills and we show our affection, and we contribute to each other as a society, as a fraternity, because it's mutually beneficial. We contribute to others, we receive back in return. As part, that's like the unspoken rules of living in a society. I know. I should have it in fucking big bold letters over here. We live in a fucking society. But I don't want to be that obvious. Or do I? This is how fucking petty and small I could be sometimes, guys. But I think I've kind of earned that as well.
This is how fucking ratchet this stuff is. In case it wasn't clear, big, bold, blue letters. We live in a society. Everyone needs to fucking contribute to that. But what's wild is that Britney has paid her debt. We were fans. We wanted more from her. We wanted to get as much music and content and seeing her on every face and every magazine. But at this point, she can go and live the rest of her life and go snorkeling for all she cares. Like, she can go pick up like rock collecting or whatever the fuck, and no one, not a damn person, can say or do anything about it. And anyone who does can go piss up a rope, as our honorary sister from another mister, Steph the Alterner, would so eloquently put it. She can go find the nearest cactus. They can find themselves the nearest cactus, lace it with chili oil, and stick it right up their ass. And I'll say right up their ass because she's still she's got a much higher standing in the YouTube crowd, so she's allowed to she's not allowed to say the naughty words. I can. I don't give a fuck. They can stick it right up their ass. No one owes, like Britney Spears owes no one a damn thing. The fact that she's even considering putting music out again is a fucking blessing. And and as fans, as people who consume her content, all you can really do at this point is say, yes, ma'am, thank you, ma'am, may we please have another, ma'am. And she could say, hell no, fuck off. And all we would say is, you're right, ma'am, thank you for the opportunity. Goodbye, Miss Spears. That's it. Point blank, period. Point blank, fucking period. And I guess a weird connection that I've got is just coincidental. We have the same birthday, December 2nd. By the way, that's my birthday. Yay, I get to say I have a birthday with Britney Spears. La, 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 la. But more importantly, I can't imagine living through that. And we've had personal hells of our own, but that sort of just mistreatment from people that we loved, people that we trusted, people that we thought cared about us. Man. Shit. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up over here, folks, if that's all right. Yeah. Oh, yours is December 7th, Robin. That is awesome. No, I was saying December 2nd for mine because I share it with Brittany. So, yay. But yes, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the show. We're done here. I want to thank all of y'all for joining in tonight. I want to thank the new members that we got into the crew. V's channel joining the Inner Flockers. Take a page out of V's channel's book over here, guys. We got a join button. Go ahead and if it's within your purview, if you think we're worth your while, and for only $4.99 a month, go ahead and become an Inner Flocker. Share it, and if it's not within your means, then liking this video, subscribing to us, giving us a thumbs up, sharing this video with everyone and their mother, and their mother's mother, if they even have a YouTube account. Shoot, share it with everyone you know, because we here at the Ravens Flock believe in making your voice our mission. We here in the Ravens Flock, oh, by the way, V's channel, so you know, if we have enough people in our membership, we're going to get to unlock another couple emojis over here. So I'm going to double check with y'all and see if I can go ahead and do that. Can we have more perks? Where are the perks? Where are the perks? Here they are. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and edit that. Add more. Add another emoji. I'm going to go ahead and put that in now. And boom, shakalaka. It is going to be, since we asked people to give us the black and purple hearts, I'm going to go ahead and add our actual black and purple heart emoji. Ah, shit, it has to be aspect ratio. I'll fix it later. Okay, never mind. I'll fix it later, guys. But in any case, I want to thank every one of you guys for joining us tonight.
on this special edition of on this live edition of the Black Files, hosted by yours truly, Juan Arauz, as we delve into the dark side of pop culture, of geek culture, and bury the needle and have ourselves a nice long-form discussion. Want to thank Jose Casabona and Angel Mendez, the other heads of the Ravens flock, for joining me tonight, and I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here tonight. Without you, we wouldn't really have anyone to howl into when it comes to our wild content. I want to thank every single one of you guys for being with us here, and we invite you to join us as we stream this program live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. Hit the subscribe or the follow button, ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content, and as you've been doing all night tonight, hit us up in the live chat. Drop emojis, drop your comments. If you disagree with us, drop that as well. If you're a member, drop the flock emojis in there. If you want to join us, you join the Inner Flockers. Go ahead and check it out. And of course, we invite you all, as always, to continue to follow us on Facebook.com/The Ravens Flock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/The Ravens Flock Online, Twitch.tv/The Ravens Flock Online, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/The Ravens Flock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and the Ravens Flock. For Jose Casabona and Angel Mendez, I am Juan Arauz. This has been the Black Files.